Has the jury reached a verdict?
Yes, you have.
Is it unanimous?
Trial opened last week for 55-year-old David Chad Garner, who was charged with felony DUI following a crash reported in Hurricane in November of 2021 that left 2 teenage girls injured, one of whom sustained a shattered pelvis. The teens were struck by Garner's vehicle while crossing at State Street and South 300 West. The state was represented by prosecutor Grace Deist, who said it was the state's position that Garner was impaired at the time of the collision, as evidenced by the toxicology results that indicated the driver had THC and Xanax in his system at the time of the incident, while Garner was represented by defense attorney Gary Pendleton, who said his client was not impaired but was distracted at the time by his small dog, and it was shock that caused the driver to appear confused and disoriented, as reported by witnesses at the scene. Here is Prosecutor Deist during closing arguments.
A normal person in this situation would jump out and they'd check on the victims. They would call 911. You don't just assume when you run someone over that someone else is going to call 911. So again, I would submit to you that his actions were not normal. They were the actions of an impaired individual.
And the defense attorney closed with this.
So I'm going to ask you not to judge him based upon his response to this emergency or this tragedy, but to judge him based upon what the evidence is of any impairment. And there is no evidence that he was impaired by these drugs. If this isn't reasonable doubt, then God help us.
The jury returned a verdict of not guilty on the felony DUI charge, but found the defendant guilty of failing to yield to pedestrians, and a windshield violation sentencing on the traffic citations has been scheduled for April. This is St. George News, your #1 source for local news.